What are your strengths? I am a hardworking, positive, punctual, creative, diligent, dexterous, industrious, team player, blah, 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 blah. Have you ever thought about your strengths around these words? Whenever someone asks you, hey, what are your strengths? Have you ever given this answer? My dear friend, before you blindly copy paste any of these words, these strengths in your interview answer, watch this video till the end. I would also share the sample answer and the logic behind the answer. Let's see. Undoubtedly, this is one of the favorite questions asked in any interview. And when you know that this question is gonna be asked in some way or the other, then why not prepare for it? But then, how do we prepare? Many of us just copy paste. The worst scenario being we refer to the resumes of other people to write our strengths. Isn't that funny? Have you seen that? Where we look at the resume of our friends, our colleagues, or over the internet, oh yeah, even I have this strength. Yeah, this looks nice, this sounds good. And as a result, you'll just copy paste their strength and try to claim that this is my strength. That's really funny. There's a way to answer this question. I'll share with you the exact process which I follow, which I use to train my students, and I'm sure this would help you as well. So the first step is to refer to the JD. Now, what is JD? JD is your job description. Yes. A job description explains the job title, the job purpose, the tasks, the duties, the function, the responsibilities, what are the required qualifications, what are the preferred qualifications, the working conditions for a position, and whatnot. So you get an overall perspective of what this job is all about, and in short, what are they expecting from you. So whenever you apply to any job, be it as a fresher or as an experienced person, look at the job description, that what are they looking for. You may be a great resource, but if you're not matching their requirements, then you might feel that, hey, where do I stand? You will have self-doubts because you were rejected. The moment you play to your strengths and try to map it with what they're looking for, boom, you get the advantage. So let's look at a sample JD, and I'll help you understand that how you can use a job description to come up with your answer. Sounds good? Let's have a look. A sample JD can read something like, a meticulous and organized individual seeking an entry-level position in the field of project management, skilled at developing reports, analyzing data, and identifying solutions, strong ability to handle complex projects, innovative, creative, and willing to contribute ideas and learn new things. I'm sure that you'll be thinking, oh God, they want so much. I mean, so many skill sets in just like one person. But yeah, that's how the world is. They demand a lot from you. And if you are someone who can come up with at least few of these skill sets, boom, you land into that job. Now you tell me, would you still say that your strength is being hardworking and punctual? After going through this job description, would you still say that, you know what, hi, my name is Divas and I'm hardworking and punctual? No, right? Then what will you do? I recommend a 3-step process in which the first step is I. I stands for identify. Identify the keywords and the required strengths. For example, in the given job description, identify the required strengths and write down those keywords. On a piece of paper, write down those keywords by referring the job description. For example, if you have to refer the job description, then what keywords can you identify? Number 1, meticulous, organized, analytical, problem solver, managerial skills, innovative, creative, open to learning. So it's quite clear What kind of person are they looking for? What kind of person is the company looking for? And that helps you identify the keywords. That's the first step. Identify the strengths, the skill sets that the company is looking for from that person. The second step is to map. M stands for map. So first was identify, second is map. Map it to your strengths. If you believe that you have any of the required strengths, then great. Use those strengths while answering in an interview and also in your resume. If you're not sure and are wondering how to find your strengths, I have made a separate video on this. I would share the link of it somewhere in the description below. It's really important for you to map it. You may not be having all the strengths that the job description mentions. However, whatever strength is relevant to you, that yeah, I think I'm good at this. I believe I am capable of doing this. Just shortlist, just narrow it down to those few strengths which resonate with you. Clear? The third step. Back it up with a relevant example or a story. Yes. So identify, map, and back it up. IMB. Where you back up your strength with a relevant example or a story. I mean, just talking about your strengths without adding an example won't add much credibility that, okay, he goes on and on and on that, okay, I am this, 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 barely matters. The moment you add an experience that, yeah, this happened with me long time back, I have done this in the past, that adds more credibility, right? We do trust someone who brings in that kind of experience that, yes, I have done something similar in the past. Revisit those moments where you showcased the required strengths. Go back to your memory lane or go down the memory lane and be it your school, your college, your professional life, your internships, whatever it be. For example, if you say that you're a problem solver, then find a story to support your answer. For example, if you're a fresher, then refer to your internship time or the college time where you solved a problem. Now you might say, Divas, I never had any problem. I was having a great life. Great for you. Good for you. Just imagine that there was a fest in your college and Arijit Singh was supposed to perform on a star night. Because of some reason, his plan gets cancelled and you being the part of the core student committee has to solve the problem. Imagine that you're the one who is accountable, who's supposed to handle the audience of 3,000 individuals who have come for that event. How do you handle an audience of 3,000? How do you handle the sponsors? How did you handle the media, public relations, and what decisions you took? How did you manage that situation? And eventually, what was the outcome? This is how you talk about your story. You pick up any strength that, yes, I'm a problem solver, and add a story to it, which justifies that, yes, you have done something similar in the past and you're not just speaking about it. Similarly, as an experienced individual, you may talk about how while working on one of the projects, the 5 core team members met with an accident and were unable to work. Quite genuine, right? This is so realistic. So when you come up with stories or instances, try to look at your own life. It need not be a fantasy world. Something which is quite authentic, quite genuine. That there were 5 members who met with an accident and they were unable to work. And how you led the remaining team to finish the project within the deadline. Make sense? So look at your college reports. I mean, as a student, you may say that, oh Divas, I haven't worked anywhere. Then what do? You have internship experience, you have your own project submissions, all those scenarios that one fine day you're supposed to present and your system crashed. What did you do? It was the final viva, the final presentation. Getting it? All these things are so natural, which might happen, and people can relate to it. If you build up a story which is quite artificial, now let's have a look at the sample answer. You might say, I consider my leadership skills to be one of my greatest strengths. 6 months back, while working as a sales manager at XYZ company, I was responsible for market expansion. I successfully merged the two teams, organized training programs for all team members to align them towards a common goal, and launched new campaigns. As a result, we were able to increase sales by 9% within 3 months as a new team. Do you get this? How I talk about that I have leadership skills. I can say this, right? That I am a leader, I have those skills, but then how do I justify that yes, I do have leadership skills? So I say that, yeah, 6 months back. So talking about something quite recent, not when I was in my class 2, I was the class monitor. No, that's good that you had those skill sets long back in your early childhood. However, the relevance is, which is quite recent, prefer to talk about your professional life. And if you do not find anything in your professional life, then you go ahead with your personal life. Sounds good? So 6 months back, what was your designation? Where were you? Give a background. I mean, as a sales manager working at XYZ company. So that gives a background so as to in what capacity were you working. Similarly, 6 months back, while studying at XYZ university or while I was in my second semester, second year, whatever it be, give a backdrop. And what were you responsible for? So I was responsible for market expansion. I was responsible for XYZ things. So this gives a clear picture so as to what was your core role, what were you supposed to do, and then what did you do. This is the most important part where you showcase that yes, you have those leadership skills. You merged the two teams, organized some training programs, and brought everyone together, like cross culture sensitization. Maybe there was a merger where one company, or maybe there was an acquisition that one company has acquired the another company, and then the two teams have to work together under new leadership, right? And towards the end, you talk about what was the outcome. As a result, you were able to increase sales by 9% within 3 months or 4 months as a new team. So always talk about what happened. It's something like watching a movie. If towards the end you don't get to know what happened, remember? Why did Katappa kill Bahubali? We all ask this question towards the end of the movie that why did Katappa kill Bahubali? Yes. So we need to know what happened. What was the outcome? Let's look at one more sample answer for better understanding. You might say that my greatest strength is paying attention to details. That's a great strength, paying attention to details. Now, when I will cite this strength, when I see that the job description requires someone who can pay attention to details. I'm not expecting you to have all these strengths, but even if you have few of those strengths and you know that yes, I have those things in me, boom, you're sorted. So when you say that my strength is paying attention to details, then the question is, all right, that's okay, but then what makes you say that? Yes or no? As in HR, there is an inquisitiveness that if you say this, what makes you say that? Well, I've always been detail oriented in my work and it's something I enjoy. It's not like that, oh God, I'm so stressed out when I have to focus on every detail. Rather, it's something I enjoy. As a student of law while interning at XYZ law firm, I was responsible for reviewing the legal documents. Being detail oriented allowed me to figure out 3 loopholes that were somehow overlooked by the team while drafting those documents. My seniors appreciated me for my diligence as it saved them from losing the client and a major financial loss. Again, you see the same structure. As a student of law studying at XYZ University or while interning at XYZ law firms, so giving a background that when did you showcase that strength? What was your responsibility? That I was responsible for reviewing the documents, for proofreading, for working on some basic projects, whatever it be. So talk about what were you responsible for. Then, being a detail oriented person, what you did. You're able to figure out those three loopholes which were overlooked, and you fix them. You share it with your senior reporting manager, and then your seniors were like, wow, this is great. So you were appreciated. What it led to, it helped the firm save some money because the client was important. And that's important. That's really important to talk about what was the outcome. If the company thinks that, oh, because of this person, I saved a client, I saved some money, you're an asset. You're an asset. Make sense? So that's how you answer the question that what are your strengths? Do not, I repeat, do not blindly copy paste that, oh, people are using these words, let me try the same. It's really appreciated if you are authentic, if you are honest, if you know about yourself. That's so important. Knowing yourself, knowing your strength. If you go to any interview just by mugging up the questions and the answers, you will get caught. You will get caught because the HRs are smart people. They interview candidates like you and I day in, day out. So they know that do you genuinely mean it or is it just a mugged up answer? Self-awareness is the key. Do spend time in knowing your strengths, in knowing yourself. How do you prefer to operate? Revisit those instances where you have lived those strengths. Because when you have experienced something, when you have done something, it adds more credibility, more value. Do let me know in the comment section that which other questions do you want me to answer. If you found this video helpful, then do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so far. Till then, stay awesome, stay productive.